All right, good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody in between. All right, my name is Hugh. I'm just going to wait a little bit here until everybody still gets online here and get to have you all here this evening. I see a lot of people are still joining us. They're coming in. In fact, they're coming in droves, but it is 8:03, so I know should we wait for them or should we just move along? It is
I think
Saturday
I
night,
think we
party
need to
night.
wait
Good
for
to
him.
have you all here. And good evening, Aaron. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, thank you, Hugh. I
Good.
think we have to wait for them because they're here for the pregame tailgate party. The
Yeah,
real reason why they're here is they're trying to figure out who's going to win the game tomorrow, so they can make some a bit of money on those Las Vegas bets.
I'll tell you who it's going to be. I can tell you who the winner's going to be. It
We
is
got to tell them pretty swiftly, okay?
yeah, let's see who is let's see who's playing tomorrow. It is the Kansas City sorry, Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers, and it's going to be San Francisco that's going to be the winner.
All right,
So note that, all right? Note that, and I will
just want to
explain
clear it up.
why later. It's part of the show. There's a reason, and they are going to win. So at least that's my prediction. So who do you think is going to win?
You know what? It's been a while since I followed football, but because I grew up in Lawrence, I'm going to say Kansas City just because I grew up wearing Kansas City gear, Kansas City Chiefs gear when they were a really bad football team. So I'm I'm happy that they're actually doing well now. So
Okay. All right. Excuse me. I'm just clearing my throat here. I just finished supper about 2 minutes ago. And in fact, I'm still swallowing my food. Anyway, so let's get started, folks. I don't want to hold you up because some people are still keening on. They'll catch up. They'll catch up. So let's get going. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the weekly Fireside Chat, Introduction to Trading, Week in Review. And I am Hugh, along with Aaron this evening. Aaron, you're in Florida right now, aren't you? Are you in Florida? Where are you? You're in Florida.
yes, yes. I'm technically in the state of Florida, but mentally in the state of confusion. So
Oh, okay, and yeah, and you're on vacation. Yeah, I think you're on vacation, so I'm a little surprised you're here today, but you're on vacation, and
well, it's a workcation.
vacation.
That's when you act to your family that you're going on vacation, but you're actually, doing something related to work. So it's kind of like a mix, work and vacation. But yes, I'm actually attending a seminar on trading down here in lovely Sarasota, Florida. So
Wow.
I've never been here before, but it's actually a very lovely little beach town. Very, very, very nice place.
Sure is. Didn't they didn't get hit by that hurricane there a couple of years ago? Really bad. I thought they did. Maybe.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps. Not sure exactly, but my mom, my grandmother and grandfather lived in Tampa, which is not too far away, and so I'm gonna go visit their grave on the way back. But yeah, I've been here many times as a kid, but not as much when I got older. But yeah, it is very beautiful, lovely weather today. I think it hit a high of 77. Outside, and it's you can hear the Lamborghinis racing, on the main street at night. So,
Yeah, that's Fort Lickerdale, isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, well, let's get started, folks. There's the questions box. You'll find the little icon on your Zoom dashboard. Click on that. Aaron and I are the ones who see that. So go ahead and say whatever you want. So I can't even talk. Go ahead and say whatever you want because it is actually your evening to ask questions, and hopefully we'll get some of them answered. Hopefully most of them, if not all of them. And I just want to mention a couple things. I guess that's one, and the other is that yes, sometimes I do speak a little bit too fast. If you do find that's the case, just tell me to slow down, or if I'm in a state of confusion, tell me to straighten up and tell you in other words, whatever it is that we're talking about. So I don't want to kind of lose everybody, but I don't know why. Sometimes I just speak fast. I'm very passionate about what we talk about and trying to squish it all in here. And I promise we're not going to go as long as we did last week. Last Sunday we did this for 2 hours. And yes, I did get on the Peloton after that for 20 minutes. And I've been doing that, I would say probably every other day. So my wife, so if for those of you who don't know, my wife got a Peloton, one of those spinning bicycles thing, riding bicycles, but it's not an ordinary bicycle. No, it's got a TV screen and they got lessons and sessions and webinars and seminars, all kinds. And then you're competing against other people online. It's actually unbelievable. It's an internet connection. Anyway, she's trying to get me to get in shape and I keep telling her, Dale, round is a shape. So, so she doesn't buy that. So anyway, all right, let's move on. So yeah, she did get me into the thing last week. So, all right, question for you: how familiar are you with options? I want to get an idea as to those of you online. Excuse me, how, if there's somebody who is so new on, you don't know anything about options, let us know, okay? Because this is supposed to be kind of an introductory session. I know last week most people were very familiar with options, so I don't want to kind of bore you with going through all that. But if there are enough people that want a bit of a primer, then what we're going to do is we're going to split this up into two segments. First segment, we're going to talk about the week in review, what's coming up, and a few other things. I have a little fireside chat, and then afterwards, we'll do a little primer, just a brief primer on options, what options are, and why you should be on them, and that'll be pretty cool. Excuse me. We have a lot of great people on here tonight. And yes, there is an open bar here. Doug's asking if there's an open bar. Yes, there is. And we got a lot of people from all over the place, from Fort Lauderdale. And we got to give Timothy M a big shout out here. Paid $1,360 on the pick of the day. Way to go. And Robert P is saying Taylor Swift will win. Yeah, jeez. Oh, I know. I read somewhere or heard somewhere that I don't know. I don't want to bring any attention to her. I guess she's valued at a lot of money for the Super Bowl, just with the merchandise and stuff that she's selling because of her presence there. I don't know. I don't really follow that, but so anyway, but I think San Francisco is going to win. I'll tell you that in a little bit here. And okay, a lot of questions already, a lot of comments. Okay, a lot of A's, very, very, very okay. B's, some B's. Okay, okay. B's, A's. I'm new to options. Good to have you on. Joey, good to see you here. And all right. A lot of B's, a couple of C's there. All right, good stuff, good stuff. So we may stick around for a little bit and see how people want to want to go, further on that, but we're here anyway. So, all right, I'm going to give you a couple of seconds here to read the disclaimer. Where is it? Where did it go? Where did it go? Here we go. I think if I click that, there we go. And by law, I have to give you this disclaimer and basically saying that you are responsible for everything. We are responsible for nothing, and past performance does not guarantee future results. I just want to go over that and read that. All right, I think you understand all that, right? You've been there, done that. All right. So, real quick question here. You're going to be watching the Super Bowl tomorrow? If yes, throw that in there. If so, who do you think is going to win? No, maybe, don't really care. Personally, Aaron, I am leaning to the D. I am leaning to the D, but I guess if I had to pick a side, it would be San Francisco. But
Yeah,
uh,
unfortunately, Buffalo didn't make it. I was rooting for
no,
them.
yeah, Buffalo didn't make it. Buffalo goes to a certain point, then that's it. So we wish we never go any further. So, but that's what that is. So, all right. While you are answering, I want to give a big shout out there to Vivian F. Howard's lovely wife, Vivian. Good to have you online. And thank you for supporting your dear husband on this whole thing. 'Cause I know he's struggling. I don't know if I think he's doing really well, is what he's doing. But and good to have you guys all on. So, all right, let me see here. Where are we talking about here? Oh my gosh, Michael M. Friday's profits. He's throwing these numbers in here. Pick of the day 1306, 2K $120, signal 117, scalp 129, 1668 in total. Great trading day. Okay, thank you for that. Don't care, don't care. I love you guys. A bunch of ABs. Chiefs will win. Taylor Swift will win. Yeah. D. Okay.
The bookies will win. That's what
Bookies are there
I've
to
seen
win.
that.
They're lose.
I've seen that a few times. And there was even a person that said it was claiming that it's rigged. The bookies are rigging the game.
Rigging the game. I don't know how you rig it. I don't know, but maybe I will. Anyway, let's go on. So, all
Maybe,
right.
maybe if the Oilers were playing, you'd have them rigging it.
Well, maybe that's what it is. Buffalo hasn't paid whoever enough money to get into the game, but I don't know. Anyway, all right. Yes, I like Valerie's comment here. Yes, don't care who wins, just watch to see the commercials and really gonna enjoy Reba's performance. I'm a college small fan. Roll Tide. Okay, good stuff. All right. Hugh, I saw your doctor walking in the front door. Don't say that because I've got something I gotta show you here later. So I hope he's not on. All right. All right. So anyway, just real quick introduction. My name is Hugh. And coming from a corporate America background, put a lot of my money to my financial advisor. He knocked it down half of what was left. I grabbed control of it, learned how to do this myself, took all the courses, learned a few things, learned what not to do mostly, and started trading and started with equities, took a look at futures, Forex, other things, and discovered options. Felt like I came home when I discovered SPY options, day trading them. And I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. I love this. And then all of a sudden, my luck just instantly turned around. And it's been great ever since. And I was coerced, I was pushed, my arm was twisted, Aaron, into teaching people how to do this. That was in 2010, 14 years ago. And the rest is history. And it was in late 2022, Eagle Financial Publications bought us out. And we were very, very fortunate because at the same time, Eagle had a really good coup. They got Aaron Stevens. They snagged him out of another company or something. And Aaron, I'm going to hand this off to you so you can explain your background because you are the
Sure.
master of deep dive analysis.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I got an A+ in swimming in high school. Maybe that has something to do with it.
Okay, cool. My
Um,
my my kid, my one of my elementary teachers told my parents, "Oh, he was never going to make it in the in financial in numbers, anything to do with numbers. He's best suited for the arts." So he made me take piano lessons. That didn't really go. I think I got to grade, I don't know, 8 or something, but was never any very good at it. But anyway, it's neither here nor there.
the art of trading.
Yours, all yours, Aaron, all yours.
Yes. Yeah, I guess for brevity, I'll do a brief introduction as well. My name is Aaron Stevens. I come from uh Midwest. I grew up in outside of Kansas City and outside of parts of Iowa, so that's why I'm a little bit more of a Kansas City fan. But anyways, I started learning about the stock market when I picked up a Wall Street Journal in middle school, around the age of 13 or so. I opened up my first trading account when I was 17. I started looking at the charts and trying to read and decipher the patterns when I was between 17 to 19 or so. When the stock market bubble burst in 2001, I took a bit of a break. I came back strong and started learning Forex when I was around 2006 and read all the books, technical books of technical analysis. Got myself a good foundation, and then I started looking at the patterns in the market and drawing trend lines and whatnot. Tried a couple systems, but then I took away all the indicators and I started looking at Fibonacci patterns and Andrews pitchfork. I self-studied and passed the Series 3 exam. Then I worked for several financial firms as a commodities broker and as a market technician and assistant trader. And most recently, I was working for CPO, which is a commodities fund with about $150 million under management. So I come uh, I come with some experience, I guess you should say. So I'm really happy to be here with you. He was a great guy, a great mentor. And so for the fund that I worked for, I was actually uh, a tech market technician for the S&P 500 futures. So this market's pretty familiar with me for me at this point. So I'm thankful to be here and thankful to work with Eagle and all of our wonderful customers that we have here. So
Okay, thank you very much for that, Aaron. Those comments, I appreciate them. Does that mean I have to give you another $5 for those comments? I know we got a little thing going there, but checks in the mail. All right, that is Aaron there. He's a deep dive analysis. That's what Aaron does, and you've been pretty spot on the last little while, Aaron. And I'll tell you, sometimes it's true. I shake my head at some of his predictions, and but when you know it, before long, there they are, blasting right through it. I think think you talked about going to, was it 500 or 501 or something? And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Not only that, but you blasted through that. I think you hit 501.65 or something, like way over what you predicted. So
Yeah, we were looking at those levels around, I think, five. When the market first started turning around 471, we were talking about the 485s and possibly the 494s, and then if it really started moving around the 501s and then 504s, we were calling. So as it went up, we were really spot on the levels, especially at the turning points to get in, and we even talked about a week and a half ago buying the 497. So anybody that made those trades and held on definitely came out a winner into Friday, and really great stuff. We have a lot of great winners this week, but obviously everybody's a winner when they're working with us.
yeah. Well, we hope anyway. Just want to ask, rather thank Norman B. He said he just typed a comment in here. Said, so glad and grateful that I came across you guys. Finally, something that works. I actually feel like I won the lottery. Thank you for that, Norman. Awesome. Awesome. I love you guys. All right, couple announcements. First of all, folks, if you don't have a subscription to this, you might want it. It's an e-letter that we send out every week. We write this. It's a free e-newsletter every Thursday. It's 750 words. So it's a brief 3-minute read, very light, relevant, entertaining even. And all you have to do is subscribe. If you're not getting it, go ahead, just email customer service at daytradespy.com. Ask to get the Spy on the Market e-letter. It comes out every Thursday, like I said. And it's uh, it's pretty good. Got a lot of people that really enjoy it, and I think you'll enjoy it. So usually it comes out Thursday morning, and it's in your inbox by the time you wake up. All right, next on the announcement list here, don't forget, of course, the Money Show is coming up in a couple of weeks here, February the 21st to the 23rd. Our good friend Aaron, he's going to be there. He's going to be presenting actually on Wednesday the 21st at 1:25 p.m. Kind of a funny time at 1:25 to 1:55, but going to talk about his Andrew's pitch for Fibonacci, ABCD pattern. You're also going to learn about some fundamental trading psychology, just as important as technicals to be a successful trader. I think you're going to cram a lot of stuff in there for half an hour, but bear in mind, you're not going to walk away and become an expert trader just because you're there for half an hour. It's going to be, there's a lot that goes into this, folks, trust me, but it's going to be a nice overview. And I think it's going to be really well worth watching Aaron, excuse me,
Well,
up on
thank you.
stage doing this presentation. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be there too. I'm going to be hanging around the booth. So if you want to come by and say hi to us, we're going to be there for those 2 or 3 days. I think it's going to be very exciting, and looking forward to seeing and meeting some of you people down there. And it's kind of nice to meet some of the people that we seem to talk to every day, and it's just really kind of cool. So it's going to be at the Paris, Las Vegas, Paris, Las. Just look for the Eiffel Tower, and it'll be there somewhere. So the Money Show. The Money Show, that's going to be, again, February 21st to 23rd, which is not a weekend. It's actually Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So, and when you can't find Aaron in the Paris, Las Vegas at the Money Show, I'm sure you're going to find him in front of a one-armed bandit there throwing nickels or dimes or whatever he's got left in the machines, hoping that he's going to come out a winner. I don't know, but
Yeah.
uh, I
Yeah.
don't know. But anyway, we're looking forward to it. So, all right. And it's been pretty exciting. I understand too that there's a scalping workshop coming up in early March. Watch for your email for details. And we're going to be running that. I don't have the date. I think they did tell me the date there, but honestly, I forgot.
Mm.
I actually should look at my calendar. Is this embarrassing? When you have a date and then you kind of forget about it. I think it's early March. You know what? Yeah, I didn't write it down, but anyway,
I usually don't forget dates. It just depends about how pretty they are.
I knew that was coming. Yeah. Oh,
I did want to mention too, sorry, I did want to mention too that the last time that we got together for the last Traders Expo and Money Show, we had a really great prediction. Somebody, not going to name names, had possibly said that the market was going to turn around 409, And we all know what happened after that. That thing shot straight up like a rocket ship coming out of space, SpaceX, like a rocket going to Mars. And so there might be some, interesting predictions. Somebody might be bringing their crystal ball to the show to make some interesting predictions. So just want to heads up if you can make it, if you're in the area, if you're I mean, anywhere around California, Nevada, Arizona, Las Vegas, the drive alone to get there will be worth it because we might have some interesting predictions about what the market's going to be doing.
See what happens. So, all right, pretty cool. Here's what we're going to talk about here tonight. What happened recently? We're going to talk about the upcoming week. Going to give you an update on the $2,000 to $10,000 challenge. Going to answer some of your questions, your next steps to trading. And again, if anybody wants to stick around, I'll give you an options primer and spend a few minutes on that. So hopefully we'll get to those two. Just see when you're talking here, and I'm actually looking at the comments, and I just want to thank Michael M. He said, I highly recommend the Ultimate Trading Workshop videos. Love them, extremely beneficial, especially the bread and butter OMG and scalping strategy training. Thank you for that, Michael. Always a pleasure hearing from you. And the longer text, you're gonna have to kind of read those, go back and read those. Maybe you can read those while I'm talking, and we'll see what happens. All right, so let's move on here. Here's what happened this last week, folks, and just to stretch this out a little bit. Quickly go over on Monday, we had an Institute for Supply Management Services PMI report. PMI report was higher than expected and coupled with strong resistance at that 494 level. Technically pushed SPY back down, but then again support at 491 and just rebounded off that, just ricocheted off that and closed. Well, actually, it closed a little bit lower, but before that, it ran up right back up to a level of about 494, where we saw some very strong resistance. Coming up on Tuesday, we had a no news day, mostly range bound. I think we stayed within about $1, mostly about $1 range in there. At the end of the day, it did close a little bit higher, and then on Wednesday, we broke new territory as SPY pushed up higher on pent-up demand. Not really sure what moved it on Wednesday, but there's no actual real news. But I think what happened was that 494 was such a strong resistance level that once we broke it, all that demand just kicked right in and said, okay, we're going right through it. And then not only did we get through 494, but 495, 496, 497, right up to 498. We blasted through those, just like you said, like a rocket ship. And then we stuck around there into Thursday, stayed at that lofty range when unemployment claims kicked in lower than expected, which is inflationary, okay? Kept markets elevated within $1 range there as well. So you can see that whenever there's a big move on the market, the next day there seems to be somewhat range bound. Then Friday we kept going back up. I believe it was on some updated CPI numbers that they had, and also technicals pushed it way over, way up to 501.65. That was a record all-time high in SPY, and those that were on the market at that time, that was one of those moments that you will always remember for the rest of your life. When you go in your grave, that's what you're going to remember. It was back on that date, February the 9th, when SPY blasted through 501. In fact, through 500. First time ever. So that's kind of what happened. All right, so before I go on to the next segment, I do want to check the participants here. Bear with me because I'll tell you in a second, either that or I have to jump through to the next slide. I'll tell you why in a bit here. I don't know why I send this guy, making sure I should block him out. It's my doctor. Okay, my doctor. All right. I just want to make sure he is not on, and no, he is not. Okay, good. So here's the situation with some high blood pressure. Several months ago, I actually promised my doctor I'm not going to trade. He doesn't want me to trade real money because he's afraid my blood pressure is going to put me over the top and stroke, heart attack, all these wonderful things. And he's right. I'm not saying he's not, but I just have some fun trades once in a while. So Friday, here are my trades on Friday. I just did a couple. All right. My first one was a 15-minute little trade for 16 cents. And then I got back in for 9 minutes for another 12 cents. Look, I didn't put how many contracts. I don't want to, put anybody, ill at ease or anything like that. I don't want to say how many contracts, but, there was a lot. And, um, I'm just thinking, Aaron, is there any way we can cut this segment out of the recording so in case my dog just view it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'll just tell them it was a it was a fun trade. It was not a big deal. But look, if this had only been 10 contracts, here's what your numbers would have been. $160 profit on that first investment with an investment of $2,890, not even $3,000. It would have yielded you 5.5%. Trade number two, you'd have been in that for 9 minutes for a whopping 25%. That was later in the afternoon at 2:31 to 2:40. Okay, so that was a same day expiration trade when I saw the market heading that way, and all the indicators were pointing to the upside. Thought I'd jump in pretty heavy on that, got it for 48 cents, and in 9 minutes got out of that for 60 cents. That's 12 cents. And that would have been 400, sorry, that would have been $120 profit on 10 contracts for an investment of $480. That's 25%. So total gain $200, $280 if you had 10 contracts in each. I considered my risk factor to be pretty low on that and the fun factor to be pretty high. I really enjoyed it. It was just a fun thing. And frankly, had I lost it all, it wouldn't have changed my lifestyle. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking here. It was not a big deal. But if you just take that 10 contracts and extrapolate that for the year, in other words, if you only make $280 trading a day, which is no big deal. I mean, most of the time we do that very quickly in the morning. In a few minutes, we can pull that out. But that works out to almost $73,000 a year. Now, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average salary in the States in this year is $53,490. So I would think that this is kind of a nice, fun way to make above average income if you're at all interested in doing that kind of work, if you want to call it that. And it's actually a lot of fun. You're rewarded for your stamina, your discipline, your patience, a little bit of knowledge. I mean, it's just a fun way of doing it. And the nice thing I like about it, Aaron, you don't have to, you don't have to clock your time. You don't even have to show up for work. Nobody cares if you're there or not. If you don't want to work that day, you don't. I
Yep.
can't think of a better thing to do. And believe me, I have tried. I've tried a few things in life, and I cannot think of a better thing to do than this. And that's just what I did personally and just for fun. So anyway, let's move on from that. Got a little testimonial that came in here on Friday from Nathan, and just really love reading these things. And these are all unsolicited testimonials, but I got to tell you, it's actually pretty exciting to hear from people when they kick in, these kinds of comments. And I just want to show you here. I love this. You guys have been outstanding, outstanding. Right, better than any other service that he's ever had. And regarding both performance and customer service. And thank you so much for that. You ever try drawing a straight line with this thing? It's it's almost impossible. And he thinks that's really important. So it's great to be on this journey with you both. And I thank you. Nathan. Thank you, Nathan. So, and I look forward to our future endeavors together. So thank you so much for that, Nathan. And, and then let's move on here. So, seasonal charts. Seasonal charts. If you want to look at these, let's take a look at these guys. See how this works if we expand this. I just want to show you here. If you go back about a week from from last week, this last week, SPY actually dropped about a point. Sorry, it rose about a point, but going forward, it dropped a point in the week coming up. So a point over a week, I consider it a relatively flat week. It's a flat week from a seasonal standpoint. So it's just kind of good to know that because not really sure, how that's going to shape up into the next week. But I'm thinking here, it's not like we're seeing, we're going to see a wild swing in one side or the other that we can sort of hitch our wagon to and just say, okay, it's going up. We're just going to go with calls. So we're probably going to be doing both calls and puts in the coming few days. Okay. So what happened last week? Consumers have reduced firepower since last year, but the market still remains resilient as household and labor markets are still healthy. Economic slowdown is expected to be moderate. And let me just correct the typo in here to be moderate. I'm not sure how this one escaped it, but If I can get in here and hang on a second, cut that out. Hang on, I don't like to. There we go. To be moderate. Okay, there we go. All right. Economic slowdown is expected to be moderate with a bull market to remain intact the rest of the year. Okay. And one other thing I want to do here to get that out of the way. Okay, there we go. And the S&P crossed the 5,000 milestone. That's the stock, okay? Regarded as a primary gauge for US large cap stocks. It's also a psychological threshold, symbolic of the market's strength. And now that we're over that, that's also going to become a support level, right? It's going to become a pretty strong support. But I don't want to go on the limb and say that quite yet because Aaron's going to have to get into his deep dive analysis on Monday morning to actually confirm that. But I think that's kind of the way, my opinion. Worries of a recession are replaced by better than feared growth, backdrop, and improvement in inflation. So we are no longer so afraid of a recession, but I think the world is looking forward to better times. And they did studies on this. I'm not making this up. They did Google searches on recession. They searched recession at the time of the search. It had 252 million searches. And I don't know what the time frame is here, but when they searched Taylor Swift at this time, that garnered 1.36 billion searches. And again, I'm not sure what the time frame is on this, but what they're saying here is that maybe this was just last week, I don't know, but they're saying that more people are interested in, excuse me, Taylor Swift than they are concerning any recession. So maybe this whole recession thing is behind us. Here's what happened last week. S&P went up 1.4%. Year to date, 5.4%. Just over a month, we're already at 5.4%. NASDAQ rose 2.3%, and that's up 6.5% year to date. And the Dow was pretty flat, still maintains a 2.6% lead year to date. All right, now what's coming up Monday? We've got hawkish Fed member Bowman embarking speaking, consumer price index on Tuesday, and Wednesday's going to be a low or no news day. Nothing going on Wednesday. Thursday, unemployment claims, New York State manufacturing index, often called the Empire State manufacturing index as well. Going to have some retail sales numbers, and the Philly Fed manufacturing index are also coming out on Thursday. Friday, producers price index, PPI, building permits, housing starts, University of Michigan consumer, and University of Michigan inflation numbers as well. So we're kind of looking here. Earnings are still coming out. As a matter of fact, we had 67% of the S&P companies had reported already, and 3/4 of those have reported beating the expectations. So things are very much on a positive upbeat for earnings. I don't think there's any more FANG stocks or Magnificent Seven stocks to report. I think they're all behind us. There's still some big names. I think John Deere, some of those ones that come in at the end, they're still set to report. But in this coming week, we have 62 companies scheduled to report, including a couple Dow components as well. Okay. Excuse me. So volatility probably is going to be a little low on Monday, elevated on Tuesday, pretty moderate on Wednesday, and then elevated from Thursday and Friday. So something to watch for. So we're probably going to just go with some very modest expectations on Monday and then ramp things up the rest of the week for the various trades and strategies that we do. Okay. And we're going to go over those in a little bit as to what we have. I know some people are saying, well, geez, what do you have? You've got the trading room, I know that, and some other things, and I might be interested in other things. So we'll kind of quickly go over that as well. So our suggestion here, trade small, trade often. Now, the Super Bowl effect, I'm going to tell you why I think San Francisco is going to win. Aaron, you probably know this already, right? You know about the Super Bowl effect, right?
No, I don't know. This is all new to me, Hugh. Wink, wink.
All right. Okay. Well, this is real. Some people really believe this, but it should be for entertainment, I think. But anyway, they're saying that so this guy Leonard Koppen, he was a sports writer for the New York Times back in 1978. Don't hold that against him. I think it was done in fun, but anyway, he's I don't know if he's still around or not, but He suggests that the outcome of the Super Bowl predicts the outcome of the stock market in the coming year. Now, if an American football conference, which the Kansas City Chiefs, if they win, then the market is going to decline by the end of the year from where it is now. And if a National Football Conference, in other words, San Francisco 49ers, if they win, then the markets are going to rise by the end of the year. So this guy's done some really good studies on this thing. I guess he checked this and I don't know when he started this, but up until 1978, this indicator was never wrong. Now, again, I don't know when he started. Did he start in 1977? I don't know. But through 2023, the indicator was correct 41 out of 57 times, so it's 72% accurate. But 2004 to 2023, it was correct only 6 times, only 30%. It's only correct 6 times. So I'm not going to go banking on this, but here's the funny thing, just for the record. Last year, the Kansas City Chiefs won over the Philadelphia Eagles. So the American Football Conference won over the National Football Conference. So the market should have declined. However, the S&P 500 closed a whopping 24% higher. So if you are so inclined to look at these other ridiculous conspiracy theories, and I'm also thinking here, I read something about this thing with Taylor Swift out there being, and I don't know, Kansas City's going to win because of that or something. She might not even make it to the game. I think she's flying back from Tokyo or something to hopefully get to the game in time. Don't get into where the market's going to go based on who's going to win a football game. Correlation has nothing to do with causation, so it has nothing to do with one or the other. So, all right, just a fun thing. You get all kinds of crazy things in the stock market, and that's just one quirky little thing. So now, if you want to revise your prediction, go ahead. I'll accept the revised. Any revised comments in on that? Wow, Aaron, we have hundreds of comments already. How are we going to ever get through these? But um, anyway, I threw out some other testimonials. This came just as a sample a couple days ago in our trading room. Uh, I mean, I don't want to, sit here blowing our horn, but you got to understand, love you guys. Kim, thank you so much, Kim. We love you too. All right, look at this, Mike is saying up another 10K this week. I can't thank you and Aaron enough for recovering. He's a recovering bad trader on his way to success. Here's another one. You guys are funny, very entertaining. We try to be. It's like listening to the morning show on the radio. I don't even know if anybody listens to the radio anymore. I know I don't. I'm with Kim. Love you guys too. Howard says that. Had a great week, up $3,700. And look at this here, up $7,314 gain. I don't know how much money Emil, I hope I pronounced that right, but I like this. He's teaching his friends and kids to trade. That's what I really like. I love that. All right, so thank you all for that, guys. All right, let's move on here. All right, so let's get into there. Folks, the stock market provides opportunities all day long, many opportunities to trade and make money. And that's really what it's all about. And if I can just get this thing here, there we go. Yeah, I'll figure this out one day. All right, so let's get into the 10K challenge.
Just keep at it. It'll work out.
Eventually, right? Jeez. Okay, so for those of you who are new to this, you might not know what's going on. One of our programs that we're doing is actually taking $2,000 and turning it into $10,000 in 3 months. And we have a plan. The plan is on a spreadsheet. And I believe those who are engaged in this, it's all in our trading room. And you can actually, if you don't have it, you can request it from customer service. They should have the spreadsheet. They'll send it off to you. There are no hidden or protected cells. Tailor it to however you want, whatever. But if you follow a plan, right? If you trade your plan your trade your plan, you should reach your destination. And our destination is to hit $10,000, starting with 2 by the end of April. I think April the 28th or something, or whatever it is. So 29th. So we started this January the 29th, just a few days ago, I think about 10 trades ago. and we now have $2,684 to work with. Tomorrow, or sorry, Monday's target is $64, and we are over our current target by $124, and that is with, let me see if I can change the color here to show you. That is with a loss the other day of $160. All right. So what happened that day? The market turned on us. I just didn't like it anymore. I didn't feel comfortable with the trade. And I said, you know what? I'll take a small loss. And the irony of it is, had I just stuck around, I think another half hour, 20 minutes to half an hour, that market reversed and it shot up. And that was February the 7th, which was Wednesday. And I know you can't look back, but let's just quickly go back to this just for fun. Just for fun here, Aaron. Let's see, where did I go? This is kind of funny. Let's look at Wednesday's market. Where did it go? Okay, back, 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 back. Here we go. I should maybe put these up right beside each other. This is Wednesday's market right here, folks. Oh man, would we ever have been way ahead of the game if we stuck on this one, right? But
Yep.
that's okay. That is okay. This is what it is. I sold here, and I could have made a fortune had I just stuck with it. But that's
Well,
okay.
if I do want to say too, Hugh, is that we were looking at the market, and we actually had called the almost the exact low of the day. If I can toot our horns for a second, that we called the low near 495.40, and people that stuck with your trade idea, they did make money and even then some. And we even called almost the high of the day. I said in the trading room 498.13, or sorry, 498.13 is a possibility. Ended up getting to the high of at 3 o'clock, 498.53. So hats off to them. And we did have other trades that made money that day. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? I don't know why, but I think I even told you then that I don't know, I was feeling not quite confident or whatever. There's some reason I just didn't feel confident, and I don't know. And you know what? I'm so sorry because I should have listened to you because we were talking about it. So I should have listened to you. Not really sure why, but I mean, it is what it is. So, but that's okay. We still made up for it. We're still ahead of the game. And if you still want to get in on us, please, you can enter this at any time. You don't have to start with $2,000. I know some people are starting with 1,000, and I know other people are starting with 5,000 and more, and they want to make even more money. So it's really what your comfort level is on this whole thing, and you can join at any time. We would certainly welcome you in the trading room, and let's get moving forward on this. And it doesn't matter when you get in. So here's kind of the way this works. The rules are very simple. Excuse me, starting with $2,000. We're only trading the profits as they settle, which is the next day, using a cash account. So the pattern day trade rules do not apply. No, you do not need $25,000 to do this. And we are buying first, and then we are selling calls and puts using our standard setups, tracking on a daily spreadsheet, activities reported daily in our inner circle follow-up report. And we're also considering we're recording the profits as a net of commissions. The net being $1 a contract, $1 contract. So that's kind of what I'm paying for a tasty trade. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. So and the goal is to hit $10,000 by April the 29th. So how cool is that? We are not trading, by the way, we're not trading any spreads. We're not trading any spreads at all. No repairing trades either. No repairing trades. And what we're doing right now is we're building up our buffer. So we're trading more safer trades. We're starting with safer trades further out at the money expirations, going for modest gains. Now, admittedly, sometimes I am tempted to push the envelope a little bit, but um, I'm really trying to focus and be disciplined on staying with the program on that. But if we can build up our buffer later on, we might take some higher risk trades, maybe same day expirations or something like that. But right now, we're just building up our buffer. Again, maybe we'll get more aggressive later on. Okay. So that's what we're doing in the trading room. So you hear us talking about the trading room, folks. What is the trading room? For those of you who are not familiar, I'll tell you what it is. Aaron and I host this every morning. We've been doing this for a long time, and we continue to do it. The funny thing is, even if we're on vacation, and I'm going to be going down south on February the 20th, heading to Las Vegas, we're still going to be doing the morning show, not missing a beat. And I think after Vegas, we're going to Florida for a couple of weeks, but we're still going to be doing it every morning. And it's just actually pretty cool. This is where strategies come alive. Now, you might hear these sayings, things like, oh, information is knowledge. I don't really agree with that 100%. I
Oh,
think
knowledge is power. Sorry.
knowledge is power.
Yeah, you said
It
information is
knowledge, yeah,
knowledge.
yeah. Sorry. Knowledge is power. That's it. Knowledge is power. Thanks for that, Aaron.
No problem.
It's it's uh it's only powerful if you apply it. I mean, how many people are walking around, I mean, years ago is, I mean, I know what it is now, but walking around, they get a degree, they get an MBA or a PhD or whatever, and they can't find a job, right? They're delivering pizzas, trying to pay off their student loans and stuff. And I mean, I've known a few myself, people that would, out there that you talk to and stuff. Well, if you don't apply the knowledge, so what I'm suggesting is you can get the knowledge, but join the trading room because that's where you apply it. That's where we apply it every day. We take all that knowledge that we impart on you and we put it into practice. We say, okay, we told you about this and this and this. Now we're going to actually do it. And guess what? We're going to make money. And we do. We're on every morning, 9:20 to 10:30. This is not a coffee club or a drop-in center where, we're there all day, every day, and whoever's got the microphone, they have control. That's not it at all. We are not talking about any other strategies. We're not talking about what happened to FFIV or CAT or Microsoft. We don't care what happened to McDonald's or Coach or any other stock. We don't discuss any other stocks out there. All right. All we do is all SPY all the time. We specialize. If you get really good at one thing and one thing only, then you're going to get very good at it. It's like, if you have a problem with your foot, you go to the foot doctor. He or she will tell you all about your foot, tell you how many bones, muscles, all this other wonderful stuff. They may not know anything about anything else about the body. All right. They might not know anything about your heart or eyes, ears, nose, brain, nothing. But the foot, they know everything, right? They're specialists. And that's what we are. We're specialists. And you might as well learn from the best. We've been doing this a long time, Aaron and I. So we kind of know what we're talking about, if I can blow my horn here. And it's also interactive. These sessions are interactive. So if you have any questions or comments, you put them up in the questions box. Aaron and I are the only ones that see them. Nobody else sees them. It's exciting trading. We teach what we trade. We trade what we teach. And you can watch us make real trades, real setups, real money, real market environments. Again, any questions, get them answered in real time. Longest running trading room that we know of since 2010. And there's a reason for that. It's because we don't burn out. See, some people say, well, why don't you go longer? Why don't you go till 4 o'clock? Why don't you go till noon? We get it all the time. Why don't we? Because I don't want to burn out. And if you
Yes.
notice, those other trading rooms, they're there for a couple months, a few months, whatever, then they're gone. Why is that? Because they burn out, and Aaron and I actually have lives, believe it or not. We do other things. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. If yeah, I think a key, Aaron, is balance. You have to have life balance, right?
Yeah, work-life balance. Uh-huh.
Work-life balance, right? You have to have fun. We have fun. We work and we have fun. We
Yeah.
have fun, we work. And we have families, we have kids, grandkids, we have all that stuff. And if you can keep it in balance, you'll find that everything will go. It's like two wings of a bird. When they clip the wings of a bird so it doesn't fly, like if you have, pet swans or something, you know, they clip the wing. Why? To put the wings out of balance, the feathers. They're not in balance, so the bird can't fly. Doesn't hurt the bird. She just can't fly until she sheds those feathers, grows new ones, and that's the way it is here. So if you don't have life balance, like your work and life balance, you're not going to be good at either of them, and this is why we stress that. So anyway,
Well, also the one thing I mentioned is that we post a few trades, within an hour. It's not like some of these trading rooms where you're just sitting around, guys, in silence, and just just saying what he sees, and then you might be waiting 30 minutes, and then he finally comes up with a trade idea. You really, some people were saying, within 5 minutes, 10 minutes, sometimes they have two, three, four trades going on at the same time, right at the opening. So
That's right. That's a good point. You don't find a lot of dead air with us. There's always something to talk about. We're always talking about, and you know what? We have fun too.
yeah,
You'll know that we have fun. We kid around a little bit and
with the dad jokes, yeah,
bad
we and
jokes.
the corny jokes and the cheesy jokes.
Yeah, and if there's somebody to blame, we blame Aaron. Aaron's the one to blame. But yeah, we have fun. We have some pretty lively discussions about things, everyday things. It's actually I don't know what you want to call it. We kind of get together like a morning. Just it's like a I don't know. It's just a lot of fun. It's relaxed, not a lot of high stress there. There are moments. And yes, sometimes I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you, it does sound like a horse race or maybe like air traffic control over New York or something. But uh, if you are in the trading room and that's what you're experiencing, that you're not following it, don't worry about it. Just stay with it. In a week or two, you are going to understand what's going on. And we are going to endeavor to slow it down a little bit or whatever. But I'll be honest with you, the market does not wait for anybody. So if we're looking at getting into a trade, we have to make some decisions pretty quickly. And that's what we do. So, but our aim is to teach you. It's not a just watch Hugh and Aaron trade show. No, we're here to teach you what to do. Anyway, the point is this: for $699 for 3 months, are you kidding me? This is a no-brainer that you'll want to do this. I sure wish I had this back in the days when I was learning all this stuff. Knowing what I know now, I would have gladly paid quadruple, even more for this than what they're charging now. As a matter of fact, before Eagle took us over, we were getting $99 a week for it. And if we go back even further in time, we're actually getting $150 a week for Tuesdays and Thursdays only. And it was just that powerful. And I had these business advisors working for me, and they used to criticize me all the time, saying that that trading room is really cheap for $99, and I'm cheapening it by only giving it away for $99. It's worth a lot more, worth a lot more. And Eagle took it over and they dropped it right down to what amounts to be basically they're buying you're buying a Subway lunch for one of us, not both of us. Either Aaron eats or I eat, and I think it's probably a 6-inch sandwich on top of that. So not even a full 12-inch. Anyway, it's
Don't leave me out with the sign that says we'll call the market's direction for food, Hugh.
yeah, well we'll work for food, free food. Yeah, we'll work for food.
Yeah.
Uh, Uh, yeah, it's. I remember seeing a sign the other day somewhere about some guy in the street. He had a sign. It said, "Not homeless, just begging for money because my wife keeps buying Disney tickets." But look, this is a no-brainer. I mean, it's really a no-brainer, especially when you consider that it's like a 30-day money-back guarantee or something. You don't like it? Call up Eagle and say, "I don't like it. Give me my money back." And I'm going to be honest with you, if you don't learn something in that 2 or 3 or 4 weeks that you're with us, uh, this is probably not for you. You probably can't be helped. So, not to be insulting, I don't mean it that way, but it's you're going to learn things here, and you're going to learn things you're not going to learn anywhere else. All right, you're gonna learn some really cool things here. So anyway, you got to get in on this. All right, you got to get in on this. And anyway, I got another testimonial for you. This one came in. It's a two-part testimonial. Mark said, "Thanks you. I love this guy. Let me see what he did here. Let me get my trusty marker out here. All right, I love trading with you guys. I was just worried I could even have enough for sale." And he's asking about this thing. He's worried that if he had it for sale and didn't sell, that he was going to owe money. Glad to know can't happen. But I like this one here. He made a dollar short of $1,200 today on 3 SPY trades. Way to go, Mark. 3 trades. He made $1,199. If that wasn't enough, look at this. He came in and wrote another one here and said he picked up another $400 after lunch just for the fun of it. Just for the fun of it. Okay. And so now he's up to $1,599 on 4 trades today using only 20 contracts at a time. Another bell for Mark. Way to go, Mark. You are a hero. You are actually quite normal, quite common in of people in our trading room. And I'm trying to show everybody this is actually we get these all the time. I just pick and choose what I'm showing you here just because I mean I could spend all night showing you these things. That's not why I'm here. I just want to show you that other people, this is what they're saying. So all right, let's take a little break here and get into some questions. Aaron, Anna, what questions do these guys have here that they're so stacked up? Wow.
No, just we had Douglas A. He's kind of on fire here with the comments. He says, "I still love a good disclaimer." Um, Another comment was the Oilers winning Oiler rig, was that a pun? Yes, I'm glad that somebody caught up on that joke. Appreciate that. Let me see. How do we learn what to look at to determine your trades? Is it by buying into pick of the day? Norman, I think that's kind of a basic question about the pick of the day. Not really sure what you mean. If you could elaborate on that a little bit.
We'll get into the various programs that we have in a couple of minutes. Let's do that. Because you got a bunch of programs that we have, and I'm going to show you what they all are, and you can, some people are going to want one, and some people are going to want another, and some people are going to want everything we have, and so uh, we have a cornucopia of programs for you. We have something for everybody. Some people like apples, other people like bananas, some people like oranges, other people like fruit salad. So, we're going to give it to, going to tell you a little bit about everything that we have, all right? Because I know sometimes it can be very confusing. But I don't really want to get into, personal one on, what trades and that's stuff that's left for the trading room. The
Yeah.
actual nitty-gritty, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Michael M said, I don't know if you said this, I highly recommend the Ultimate Training Workshop videos. Love them, extremely beneficial, especially the bread and butter OMG scalping strategy. Thank you for that. Appreciate that. I don't think we can answer the question about Biden changing the dollar to some other coins. Fred says, I heard we would lose all our savings. I'm not really sure about that, Fred. But for those of you that are in the trading room, you'll be printing whether the dollars are coins or dollars, you'll be printing money. So hopefully.
Hopefully. We
Uh,
can't promise you, but that's the idea. Uh, let's see.
a question about the pattern day trading rule. Did you talk about this? Valerie C says, please explain how the pattern day trading rules don't apply. I'd love to trade daily with $2,000! Exclamation point. I haven't been doing this daily because I don't want to be a pattern day trader, and I don't have $25,000 to put in my account.
Okay. All right. So the pattern day trade rule. Okay. So here's the thing. When you get a broker, they want to give you a margin account because what they do is they actually like to lend money. So you buy stocks and options or whatever. And what they do, so even if you have a lot of money in your account and you place a trade, they'll only take half of the money, assuming a one-to-one margin. They'll take half the money out of your account, then they'll lend you the other half, and obviously they get interest on the money they lend you. All right. So they like to give you margin accounts. They don't really want to give you a cash account, but some brokers like they'll eventually give you a cash account, especially if you have to threaten them to if that you're going to leave. Other companies like Tasty Trade, you want a cash account? No problem, you got it. Okay, so and probably with Schwab too. I don't know, I haven't talked to them, but get a cash account. So what that means is you're going to make a deposit in cash on your account, and you can trade as much as you want as long as you have the cash. So let's say you have $5,000 in your cash account, and you trade $3,000. That means you can trade another $1,000. That takes you up to 4,000. You can trade another one for $500, another one for $500, up to $5,000 that day. So let's say you traded a bunch of times and you made you traded your 5,000, and let's say you made $500 in profit. Well, you cannot trade that until the next day after those trades had settled. Used to be a 3-day turnaround or something, but now it's the next day because we're all electronic. So the following day, you can trade $5,500. So as long as you have the money in your cash account, you can trade. What I really like about a cash account is the controls that they have that do not permit you to go over or at least most brokers should have that, where you're not permitted to go over your cash limit. With a margin account, you can actually put yourself in a bad position if you don't know what you're doing. By that, I mean you can actually find yourself owing the broker a lot of money, and if you're not aware of it, it's a dangerous spot to be in. But with a cash account, you cannot do that. You still make money with a cash account, and also I believe it's easier to get a cash account. You're not having to fill out all those little forms. You have to fill out some forms, obviously, but it's not as elaborate as a margin account. So if you stay with a cash account, you'll find it's probably just a lot better and it's a lot safer and just a lot easier. So go with that. Your 25K rule does not apply with the margin account. If you are outside of the US, the 25K rule does not apply. At least it didn't years ago. I don't think it does anymore. So, like it doesn't still. So, if you are in Canada and you have a margin account, you only have 10,000, I believe you can trade as much as you want. Don't quote me on that. Check with your broker on that. So I know Thinkorswim, they had some changes. They sold it from TD. TD sold it. It's back with Schwab right now. So there might be different rules, but that's kind of the way that is. So Aaron, before I go on to the next question, I want to thank Ira for this. Ira B. He says, I apologize for sending questions. No apology necessary here, but he just wants to say here, he just became a subscriber this week. So far, I find it absolutely the best service I've subscribed to, especially considering I'm a newbie and have spent tens of thousands on services to date. This week, all winners. This is the first. My hat off to you. Thank you for that, Ira B. I love these comments. Awesome. Any other questions, Aaron? What are we going to do next question here?
Let's see here. Um, Thomas L says Taylor Swift is hotter than the economy. I don't know. I'm going to take the fifth on that one. I don't want to. I just want to keep this PG rating.
Well, I understand she wanted to go to England to play there, and Prime Minister said, no, we love you, but we don't want you here because you're going to disrupt the economy. You're going to be inflationary. We're going to have to raise interest rates. So,
Yeah.
what? I don't know. You imagine that one person having that much influence. Unbelievable. But anyway, next question.
Yeah.
Safe to
Let's see
take
here. Any suggestions on which charts to use in brokerage? I think we may have mentioned that a couple times, Gil, if that's how you say your name. So we use Thinkorswim charts. So you need to have a Thinkorswim account for the charting. If you're outside the US, you have to check and see if you can do that. But we do have so I don't know if you mentioned it as well. We have our own charting template that we use in the trading room. If any of you that are in the trading room still have some issues, you can shoot me an email. My name is spelled AHREN at daytradespy.com. But brokerage, Tasty Trade or Tasty Works is excellent brokerage as well. They have really good fills and they max it out at $10 for options trades after you hit a certain level of options. So. Let me see. What is the average amount of contract or call or put in each trade? Are they market limit orders? Yes, you should be using limit orders. You should be using limit orders. What do the exponential moving averages mean? What do different patterns mean when 10 is above the 20, vice versa, when they cross? Just a level of strength or weakness in the market. If the 10 crosses the 20, that can be an indication that the market is going up if to the upside. If the 10 crosses the 20 to the upside, and vice versa. But the higher time frames are more important than the lower time frames. So if you're on a 15-minute and the 10 and the 20, the price is above the 10 and the 20 and the 15. That's more important than if it's above the 10 and the 20 on the 1 minute.
I like to trigger off the one. Again,
Yep.
those are all details and strategies that we go over in the trading room, and we get right into detail on all that, and a very minute detail. We get right into that. So,
Yep.
yeah. Okay. Marshall's asking here, the sales pitch videos indicated there's going to be a wrap-up email at the end of each day reviewing what occurred during the day. That is in the inner circle. We do have a wrap-up email every day in the inner circle. You should subscribe to that if you haven't already. Yeah, okay, we'll get back into some more questions a little bit. Let's go on to we'll tell you what we do. Here's what we do. We've got some solid gold, learn and earn actionable plans. That's what our programs are all about. And only Day Trade Spy has these. It's not like, it's a franchise or something. You can't go anywhere else. You have to be here to get all this wonderful stuff that we offer you. If you're just starting out, you don't know what to do, you don't know where to go, you don't know anything about anything, you're just totally new, but you want to get your feet wet first, you don't know if this is for you or not, you don't want to spend a lot of money, get into the inner circle, folks. Every morning we send out the morning market analysis, along with a follow-up report as to later in the day as to what we actually did, including the things that we did in the trading room. We also have a Tuesday night interactive meetup. This is at 8 o'clock. If you can't make it, no worries. It's recorded. You'll get the recording. This is where you can ask any questions at all concerning SPY trading or the platform or anything at all. This is your night to find out answers that you need. And it's only $9.95 a year or $275 a quarter. And I think that quarterly is, or even this is what basically works out to a cup of coffee a day. Like it's nothing. It's nothing. I'm almost insulted that they would, sell it for so low a price. I'm even thinking here, maybe telling them, you know what, maybe why don't you just give it away? If you're going to give it away that cheap, just give it away for free, because you obviously don't, I mean, this is a really, really good price. Okay. And this is what you're going to get. You're going to learn what we do a little bit, not a lot, but you're going to get your feet wet with what we do in the inner circle. I think it's kind of important. Then we got the signal, 3 to 5 signals a week, algorithm based, sent to your email, cell phone, text. The idea here is to buy it right away as soon as you get it. If you're out driving, pull over, and the signal comes, pull over, pull up your app, buy it right there, put it up for sale for 5% target. If it's not sold by at the end of the day, sell it at market close. This one here is going to cost you a little more. It's an excellent program. This has a success rate of about 95, 96% over the test period. $14.95 a year, $3.99 a quarter, $149 a month, and you get a 14-day, 100% money back guarantee. If you don't like it, ask for your money back. You get it back. Pick of the day, similar to the signal, but this one is going to be a little bit different. Aaron and I actually sit down to discuss. We hammer out what the pick is going to be. Email it to you just after 9. Buy this at the market open. Check that 1 minute candle. Make sure it's going in your direction. If it's not, wait until it turns around, then buy and pick it up for 6% good till cancel order. Now, if you have to hold overnight, hold it overnight. All right, not a problem. It's probably going to fill the next day. This one too is $14.95 a year, $3.99 a quarter. Again, 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. I don't know of anybody else who does this. This is actually, and again, a no-brainer. No-brainer, okay? What is $14.95 a year? That would be, let's see, divided by 12. What is it? So this would work out to about, what, $28 a week? Are we talking about $5.75 a day for the pick of the day? Are you kidding? Oh my gosh. All right, the next one is the trading room. Our famous trading room. Again, I just mentioned this. Aaron and I host this interactive, learn and earn, fully narrated. Our strategies come alive right here every morning, 9:20 to 10:30, $6.99 a quarter. This is where it's going to cost you a Subway lunch. You can give it to Aaron. I'm on a diet. I don't care. He eats more than I do. He's still going. And 14-day money back guarantee on this one. 14-day money back guarantee. Best value. This is the best value, folks. All right. And you're going to want this. If you know what calls and puts are, you need to be here. Sometimes I get the question saying, well, Hugh, I don't know that much. I said, do you know what calls and puts are? I say, yes, I do. I say, do you know what delta and theta are? Maybe, maybe not. I said, it doesn't matter. If you know what calls and puts are, this is where you need to be. You're going to learn the rest. You're going to learn the rest. It's not that complicated. It really isn't. We demystify options trading, and that's why most people lose. You see, that's one of the things that actually attracted me to this, because I found out that 95 or 98% or whatever that magic number is there, that's how many people lose on the options market, and they give up trading in their first year. To me, that was, believe it or not, very attractive, because I thought, well, wow, I don't actually have to be very good. I just have to be better than 95% of the other people out there. And if I learn a little bit more than what they know, I'll just take their money. They're going to lose it anyway. They might as well lose it to me. Now, it might be twisted thinking and maybe even a little corrupt or creepy or whatever, but That's the way I see it. So us day trade spires, the ones that are making money, guess what? We're making it off the backs of those people that are losing it. If they're going to lose their money, why not give it to you, right? You'll be happy to take it. So the next one, the Ultimate Training Workshop. This one's actually pretty cool. And you know what? It's still on the website. 11 recorded webinars, each about an hour and a half long. Aaron and I hosted these. So what happened was a few months ago, we had this live training session. So we recorded the whole thing, and you can have unlimited access for at least 6 months. We say that because you have to have an end period on it, but they never take anybody off. Nobody ever gets bumped off. And you're going to learn everything we do. We teach what we trade, trade what we teach. You're going to learn everything about options, fundamentals, money management, technical strategies, everything. You're going to get confidence with this. You're going to acquire the skills to trade, the skills to repair your bad trades. You're going to get into Aaron's deep dive analysis. This stuff alone, Aaron's thing alone, is worth this cost like 10 times over. Easy, easy, easy. I don't understand how they gave it away for only $9.95, but here's the funny thing about it. This was only supposed to have been up there for about 2 weeks. This is a very special promotion. But the IT guys, they forgot all about it. They didn't bother to take it off, and I'm not going to tell them. So the price is subject to change if and when those guys ever figure it out. So I'm not kidding you. It's true. It's true. They figure this out, and you guys lose it, right? It's going to go
Yep.
back up to what, 2,500, 35, whatever it is.
No, it was 3,500, I think, or something
Yeah.
like 695, something like that. So this is a deep discount, and as you know, the other comments from Michael and others, I believe there was a comment about a week or two ago on the weekly webinar where I think it was Terry or somebody said that, the price that he paid for the Ultimate Trading Workshop is worth at least 20 times back in returns from the information and the knowledge that you get and applying that knowledge in the markets.
That's right. I remember that. I
And
remember.
I think that was the old price. I think you probably bought it at the old price, a couple years ago.
Yep, but he's still saying it's worth the old price. He says it's worth 20 times what and more what he paid for it. So, oh yeah, this is solid gold. So you'll find this actually, and I think maybe this is why they kind of forgot about it. Let me just pull it up here and show you where it is. You have to kind of look for it. It's up here in the near the top right where it says Ultimate Training Workshop. Click on that. Go to the website, DayTradeSPY. Click on that. And I think you have to go down here. There it is right there. Click here to learn more. They haven't discovered that this thing is still there. I'm assuming it still is. Maybe it's not. No, it still is. Look at that. Wow. And right here, look at that. You can still get it for $9.95. Oh man, I tell you, this is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. Anyway, get that, folks. Get that. Um, I think you're going to learn a lot about what we're doing with that. All right, that is going to be really, really pretty cool. All right, what else? We have other online workshops as well. How to repair trades gone bad. Power scalping workshop that's coming up. How to identify market turning points. Trades so easy a fifth grader can do it. How to identify explosive chart setups. Aaron's 1+1=3 strategy. Each of these, 249. Invest in yourself first, then the stock market. So many people I talk to, they're so anxious. They can't wait to put their money into this thing without having a clue of what they're doing. And
Yeah.
then they lose a lot of their money. And you wonder, you know, and of course they lose all their money and then some, and then they're out
Yeah.
of the market. And yet they could have been really good traders had they just, done what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, that goes, Norman, that goes to answer Norman's questions. Norman asked, which of your services teaches your trading system? That would be the foundational course for the ultimate training workshop. You'd want to get that along with the trading room after you go or during while you go through the course. Actually, we have a lot of people that join the pick of the day. They start making money. they're happy, then they use some of their profits to buy the training course, or they use some of their profits to get in the trading room as well. So that's usually how we tell people to get involved. Is if you're currently a pick of the day member, or just a trading room member, and want some more knowledge, the Ultimate Training Workshop is kind of the foundation.
Spend the time and a little bit of time looking over that, and even if you know how to trade, I should tell you, okay, because some people say, well, I know all that, I know all that. Listen for the nuances, the little things. It's the little things, the little hidden gems, because there's a lot of value in those little things that make a big difference. I'm going to give you an example. I was talking to somebody once a while back about trading and the whole psychology of trading and stuff, and I explained to them that, look, instantly when I recognize, so what I would do is I would trade, I'd make mistakes, and I always tried to learn from the mistakes, but I always go back and I review these charts. Every day I would go back and I would see, look at this. The chart set up so many times, four or five, six times here, that you could have made some very good money. So I'm thinking here, the market is actually your best friend, right? And if you learn how to dance with it instead of against it, uh, you can make a lot of money. The enemy is actually the person in the mirror. It's yourself because you don't have the confidence or whatever the stamina to stay with it. But if you stay with these setups, get into the setups and roll with them properly, it's uncanny how much money you can make. I'm looking at a comment right here, Aaron. If I'm reading this right here, Mike T, he says the best 699 I ever spent. He's up $70,000 from the second week of January.
Holy cow.
There it is right there. His text came in at 8:56 p.m. And thank you, Scott S., for sending it for the pick of the day. Excellent. I mean, there's a lot of good things in here. And this is where you're going to learn it. This is where you're going to learn it here. And uh,
Congratulations, by the way.
yeah, Howard wrote me a novel. I'll have to read that after. Thank you. We also have this lifetime membership, folks, the complete suite of programs. You got to get in touch with customer service. And by the way, if you have any other programs, they'll credit you, whatever, they'll sort it all out. And they're very good. So get the lifetime membership. We got a lot of people doing that, and they love it. So anyway, all right, let's get back into let's get back into this here. What are the questions are there, Aaron? I don't know if there's anything else here we can I don't know, we're kind of getting out of time here. It's
Howard, I will reply to that email. I saw that. I was busy in a seminar. I will reply to that specific trade question that you have. So I will talk. Uh, Interesting comment, buddy. Buddy said I got the chance to refer you guys to the man in front of me at the checkout at Costco. He was chattering about how he makes money trading stocks and subscribes to 5 services. Thank you. Thank you for telling your
Thank you.
friends. And by the way, if you like our service and you have some people that are interested in the markets, and you want to bring them on board, see if you can tell 2 or 3 of your friends. We really much appreciate that referral and that word of mouth exposure.
I just wrote his name down, Buddy, I'm gonna send you a gift for that. All right, I'm gonna send you a little thank you gift. Watch your email shortly after our session here tonight. I'm gonna send you a little gift. I think you'll enjoy it. It's an ebook. It's Triumphs and Tragedies ebook. True stories about people that came through this program, and some of them are pretty heart-wrenching, and others are really exciting and stuff. So I think you'll enjoy it. Thank you so much for that, buddy. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that.
Question, how do you set up your paper trading account? Yes, that's through Thinkorswim. So to get the charting, the robust charting software that we use to look at options, to look at the markets, well, most specifically SPY, of course, but sometimes we look at other charts during earnings. Um, you wanna open a Thinkorswim account. You can put in I think $400 or $500. That gives you real-time data into their Thinkorswim account charting package. They're owned by Charles Schwab now, so you might have to go directly to Charles Schwab to get their Thinkorswim. But then you can also have another account with whoever you wish. If it's Tastyworks or Tasty Trades, or you have another broker that you're using that you're happy with. But Tastyworks was formerly owned by the creator of Thinkorswim, so he went off after he sold the company and started up another business. And they're always creating things and are focused on the traders. You know, they're not focused on making money at this game. They're focused more on the traders and helping traders as much as possible. So.
He had gone to sell that company Tasty Trade to a UK company for $1 billion. Tom Sosnoff, we're talking about, great guy. Um, I know him fairly well, and we chat once in a while. But there's so getting back to that thing. So if you are a pattern day trader and you're labeled as a pattern day trader, I think you get what, three chances or something, and they warnings, and then the fourth one or something, they'll suspend you for 3 months or something. If you get a suspension like that, it's not a problem. All right. You can actually, even the same broker, and the guy at Tasty told me this. He said, just it's not a problem. Just open another account, transfer your money from the one account back to the new account, and continue trading. It doesn't take that long, like a day or something, right? So that's one way of getting around it as well. So if you have two accounts, you just flip around, go around from one to the other, one to the other. So, and yeah, you're not going to be labeled a pattern day trader. You're going to be fine. So. What else do we have here? What other questions?
I think let's see here. Yeah, you won't be labeled so you won't be labeled a pattern day trader if you don't have a margin account if you're trading below $25,000. But you have to realize that every trade that you take has to settle. So if you open up a lot of trades and you those trades have to settle to the next day to free up your cash. So.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else here? Okay.
Well, yeah, Douglas asked what time do the dancing girls come on? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Douglas. I'm not sure if you're on the right webinar for that one.
Was he the one that wanted female, female
Well,
hosts?
female host this evening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're trying
I
to
think you
find a
have to
couple.
wait. Yeah, I think you have to wait for the halftime show on that one. Halftime show tomorrow, not on the
Oh,
not on the Day Trade Spy tailgate pre-Super Bowl
okay.
warm-up party. Yeah, you
We'll
might
get
have to.
dancers in here. We'll get dancers. Don't worry. We'll get dancers. I actually have a couple dancers I can pull in, so we'll do that. We'll do that. The next webinar, I think we'll have dancers for you. Yeah, we'll get dancers. Okay, that'll be funny. Actually, we do have a couple we can bring in. I think you'll enjoy them. Oh, where do I see the 1 minute candle working off an Android? Well, I don't know. I'm talking about the charts, the platform. They all have they have charts. Pull up a 1 minute candle, a 1 minute
Um,
chart. That'll work.
Yeah, you can pull up you can download the Thinkorswim app. Sorry, not the Think well, yeah, the Thinkorswim app. Once you open a Thinkorswim account, you can actually look at the SPY chart. You can change the different time frames, or you can also download the TradingView app, but you have to have real-time data enabled to be able to do that. If those two might help you. Also, if you have a Thinkorswim TD Ameritrade charts on your phone. I think I mentioned that, but you should be able to change it to 1 minute. Most brokers allow you to see the real-time charts. If you already have a trading account, you can download the app for that.
Okay, for the money show, which pass do we need to get to see you guys? Is it the standard pass? I don't know. I know that in Orlando, it didn't even cost anything to get into the main room, and that's probably where we're going to be if that's what they have.
I believe it's a standard pass. So what happened was, the organizers during the pandemic, they had to unfortunately start charging for entry because there was some drop in attendance and whatnot. But it's really well worth it. To be honest with you, I think it's 149. It might be going up to 199. After this weekend, you need to check that. But you know, um, what you get from not just myself, to stay humble, but just from the other educators is really worth the money. If you see 5 educators in person, I think there's going to be a couple of really good ones that are going to be there. I think Tom DeMark is going to be there. Not to say that to drop any other names, but he's a really accomplished market technician as well as a couple others. So but make sure that you obviously come see us. But if it's well worth the price of admission. I think it's 149. And then it's they do have other pay venues that you can learn. But you just need the standard pass to watch our stuff.
Yeah. All right. I think with that, this fire is getting really hot here. Starting to sweat. I gotta get going here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap this up. And if you guys want to stick around, anybody wants to stay with the options primer, you're welcome to. We'll spend a few minutes going over what options are and how we benefit from Day Trade Spy. So it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Aaron. Have a good one. Thanks.
Be great at what you do. Give it all to you. And trust the process and keep your eyes on the prize. I can tell you what I'm seeing. You can have it if you dream it. Just be brave and you'll achieve it all.
And for Doug and the rest, here's one of our girls right here. So enjoy it.
I wanna know if you really want it. And if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. I wanna know if you really need it. And if you do, then just shout it loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Loud and clear. Shout it loud and clear.
All right, for those of you still on for the options primer, let's move along on that one. And if you're new to options, this is where you want to be. Okay, what are options, folks? Let's take a look. Here's what we do. Here's all we do. We day trade SPY options, nothing else. You always hear us talking about SPY. Why do we do that? Because we don't trade anything else. That's it. SPY, all time SPY, all the time SPY, period. SPY. Why? It's the highest traded stock out there. Affordable, diverse, liquid, huge profit potential, and it's exciting trading. People ask sometimes, how come you don't diversify, Hugh? Well, there's no more diverse stock out there than SPY. All the sectors are represented with SPY, and there isn't any one stock that's going to, in and of itself, influence the entire price of the stock SPY. So it's not like, say, the Qs where, let's say, Microsoft or Google or Apple are so strong that if one of those companies should go down in a big way, then it's going to bring the whole NASDAQ down, right? With SPY, you don't get that. This is the one I find to be just the absolute best. And I've looked at a lot of them too. So what are options? They're actually contracts. We're not buying the stock. We don't care about the stock. I don't need another stock certificate to put up on the wall that's has no value to it, no meaning, no anything. Okay. If you want that, heck, let me know. I'll probably send you some stuff I've got back here from old companies that have gone bankrupt. Anyway, the contract, it gives you the option, the options holder, the right but not the obligation to trade the underlying stock for a certain price by a certain date. Now you just have to remember two names, calls and puts. If you expect the stock to go up, you buy a call option. If you expect the stock to go down, you buy a put option. You never sell. We never sell first. We always buy first, then we sell. Okay, buy first, then we sell. Options have a strike price. This is the set price at which the stock, the underlying stock, can be bought or sold for when it is expired. And then there's the expiration date. They all expire at a certain time. And this is the end of the day whenever it expires. Now, it started with, SPY started with the third Friday of the month. Then it went back into I think monthlies and weeklies, and then went back. SPY, they have a expiration date every day on SPY. But we like to trade on Mondays and Tuesdays. We like to trade this Friday's expiration, and Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays we like to trade the following Friday's expiration, and there are reasons for that. You have to remember, in the money, this is where the market price of the underlying security is above the strike price if it's calls, below the strike price if it's puts at expiration. Allows the options holder to exercise it profitably. So if you are in the money and you want to exercise your option, you just call them up and they're going to give you whatever the value is of the strike price and take the money out of your account, lend you the other half, and whatever difference is in the money, that's your profit. The next person that I will ever let me know that they exercise their options will be the first. We as options traders, we're just trading the option. We just want the money. We don't care about the stock, okay? We don't want to stop. We do care that if it is ever out of the money, because when the market price of the underlying security SPY is below the strike price for calls or above the strike price for puts at expiration, it is now worthless. It's worthless, and these options become worthless exponentially the closer you get to expiration. So you want to make sure it's not a buy and hold strategy. Okay, you don't want to get into this and hold on to these things. What you want to do is roll them over real fast as soon as you get them. Okay. Options, pros and cons, flexibility, cost efficient, huge leverage, high return potential, many strategies available, and it's actually very fun, exciting trading. There are some cons, most notably the time decay and the commissions, and they are risky. Okay. They can turn on you, and when they do, you're kind of left holding the bag on these things. All right. There's not a stock, not a buy and hold strategy at all. All right. Over the years, folks, we learned what works, what doesn't work. One stock, one strategy, 1 hour a day. And we know what works in both trading and training, which is to your advantage, because now you take advantage of everything, not just we learned about trading, but also how to train people. There's a lot of tactile feel to what we do. We get you in the trading room, so you're going to trade this along with us. It's not just some theory that you're going to read in the book somewhere or watch on a video and try to, maybe try to read it like a novel. It doesn't really work well. So, we're going to guide you along the way, hold your hand along the way, and hopefully make some money with you, and you'll make money with us. That's kind of what the idea is here. So why SPY? SPY follows the top 500 stocks. Efficient use of your analysis time. You're not going to be analyzing hours and hours and hours. You're going to learn how to get in front of your computer at about 8 o'clock, 8:30 in the morning, and quickly determine where SPY is going to go that day. We don't care about where it's going to be a week from now, a month from now, or a year from now. Really, that doesn't matter because you're not holding it. The idea here is to just hold it for hopefully a few minutes, get in, make some money, get out. The moves are quick, and you can earn your daily gains faster. SPY is fairly reliable, consistent, predictive, and forgiving. And prices can be anticipated in any market, up or down. And I should tell you that funny thing is about when I started this, people would say, "Oh, that's amateur hour, that first hour. That's amateur hour," as if I'm not supposed to trade amateur hour. Why not? What's wrong with amateur hour? Because I got news for you. I make more money in that amateur hour than I ever do all day long trading. That's where you really make a lot of your money, in that amateur hour. Bring it on. That's what I want. Okay, that's what I want. And Aaron, how many times we make our money in the first few minutes and then we're kind of like done for the day? Well, now what do we do, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So I remember a few times where you've had 2 or 3 trades, and you said, okay, I think I'm done. It's not even 9:55 yet. You're like, okay, we're gonna close up shop. Okay, everybody go home.
Everybody go home, go back to bed.
Yeah.
I mean, we do stick around till 10. I mean, we do talk about other things, but yeah, you can make all your money in the first little bit, for 10, 15 minutes. So often we do. And why people say amateur hour and it's like a bad thing, it's just beyond me, just totally beyond me. But I don't know. Maybe they're smarter than me. They know something I don't. I don't know. This is something I think of. So, oh yeah, I'll tell you. Why SPY now? Well, I learned something new. Stay mentally sharp. You know what? If you learn something new once a year, just learn one new thing a year. Let's say you started this when you're 30 years old. Imagine how many new things you're going to know over the course of your lifetime. By that, I mean learn how to sail, learn how to cook a gourmet dish, learn how to fly, learn how to, learn how some sport or something, take up running, whatever, learn how to, small engine repair. Go to a community college and learn something new. If you do one thing a year, imagine how much information you're going to have by the time you're 60 or 70 years of age. But it keeps your cognitive skills sharp too. And by that, I mean, I talk to a lot of people out on the street, people, younger than myself, and I don't know where their head is, but their skills are just lacking. They just can't they're not up to the level that you'd want to talk to them at, and their brains turned into mush or something. I don't know what happens. But if you keep your brain alive and active and always firing, you're gonna remain, active and alive, and your cognitive skills are gonna remain sharp, right? Conversely, I talked to some people, just a couple weeks ago, this one gentleman, he was, I think, 93 years old. Guy sharp as a whistle. Maybe he's a trader. He's a trader. And he could talk circles around me with stuff. And I think, oh wow, man, I want to learn from this guy, right? Uh, but you stay mentally sharp, and you might as well learn while you earn while you learn. And time passes anyway. Might as well make money along the way. If you're a serious trader, the profit potential on this thing is absolutely huge. Let me tell you about this story about this one guy. His name is Dennis. You might have even seen his testimonials out there. We call him Double Digit Daily Dennis. Why? Because he makes double-digit gains. Not in any single trade, but he might trade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. And he'll pick up 4 or 5% on each trade, 6, 7% on another one. He'll go in and out, in and out, in and out. He loves trading so much. This is all he loves to do. And this is what he does all the time. Even when he goes on vacation, he'll tell you, this is so funny. He'll tell, okay, he'll tell his wife, he'll meet her in down the hotel lobby for breakfast. And meanwhile, he's upstairs in his still in his shorts, on his laptop trading. His wife comes back an hour later, and he hasn't gotten a shower or anything, and he's still there trading. He's a self-proclaimed addict to this. Super nice guy. He's actually a retired gastroenterologist from Utah. Super nice guy. He told me many times, well, several times, that he said, Hugh, if I'd have known this before I went to medical school, there's no way I would have become a doctor. This is all I would have done. And I said, well, thanks, Dennis. And frankly, I'm not jealous of your profession. As a matter of fact, there isn't all the money in the world that would make me do what you did for even 5 minutes. He just laughs. But there's a lot of money to be made in this business. It depends on how you want to go with it. You can actually have that dream lifestyle, and it's exciting, thrilling to beat the market. Here's what I'd like. You can actually pass that knowledge on to your kids. And nothing is more liberating than when your kids know how to trade and you don't have to worry about them anymore as far as that's concerned. You don't want to always worry about them. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And then you ever have a kid come back one day and says, "Oh my gosh, I lost my job today. I was with the company for 20 years and they don't need me anymore. What am I going to do? I'm a specialist. I know how to do this and this. That's all I know how to do. That's all I've done for 20 years. This one machine, whatever, I've heard of those stories. When your kids know how to trade, you feel very good about it, and it's so comforting. Teach your kids how to trade. Don't just keep this to yourself. I think you're obliged. You have an obligation to pass this on. All right, next up here, what are we talking about? Calls. I think we did this already, didn't we? Did I do this one already? All right, did I mess up something here?
I think you talked about calls already.
I did all this. Okay, let's go on here. I think I went back instead of going forward. Why am I going the wrong way here? Okay, I think I might have messed something up here. Tell you what, I'm gonna pull this off. This is what I wanted to get. I want to get into this one here. This is the screen. I think I messed something up. Here we go. I want to show you the comparison between stocks and options because some people don't know that. And I see my dog Lucy's getting anxious. Got to wrap this up in a couple of minutes here, folks. If you want to buy 100 shares of SPY right now, it's going to cost you about $500 a share. That's $50,000. You want to control 100 shares of stock, it's going to cost you 50 grand. Or you could buy one option. It might cost you $3, which means $300. Now, if the stock rises $1, there's this thing called the delta, and usually an at-the-money option has a 50 delta, which means if the stock goes up $1, the option goes up 50 cents. Well, if the stock goes up $1, your stock will actually be $50,100. Okay, $50,100. But your option is going to be $350. So your return on investment is going to be 0.2%. 0.2%, okay, versus 17% for the option. Which would you rather have? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. You're not risking that much money. You're not tying up all that money. You're tying up $300. You're making 17% on that. It's a no-brainer. Yes, you can lose it, but with the way we trade, you're going to learn how not to lose it. And I'll tell you, I'll be honest with you. Ever since discovering the power of options, I've never traded anything else. This is it. I've never traded stocks again. And that's really what you want to do, folks. And one stock, one strategy, 1 hour a day. Learn from our mistakes. You're not going to live long enough to make them all yourself. And that's kind of what we're telling you here, because I think it's really important to get in and learn this material. All right, and I think with that, I think we're going to call it a day. Any other comments or anything here, Aaron, before we wrap it up? Or
Yeah, well, I just want to say thank you, a big thank you to all of our subscribers and people that are going to be new subscribers shortly, as well as congratulations to everybody that made winners this week. If you were in the trading room, decided to stick around, we really much appreciate you, and enjoy the football game tomorrow.
yeah, sounds good. So, all right, we'll see you Monday morning in the trading room. Thanks, Aaron. Have a good one.